In 2025, West Texas is experiencing an escalating environmental crisis as massive volumes of toxic oilfield wastewater, often called produced water, migrate underground and burst to the surface. This phenomenon, fueled by the injection of billions of gallons of fracking waste, is directly threatening the region's critical freshwater supplies. Impact on West Texas water aquifer contamination, toxic brine, containing high levels of salt, arsenic, benzene, and radioactive materials, is leaking into freshwater aquifers. Once contaminated, groundwater is nearly impossible and extremely expensive to remediate, potentially ruining permanent water sources for drinking and irrigation. Toxic lakes and geysers. Underground pressure from wastewater injection is forcing fluids out of abandoned or poorly plugged zombie wells. This has created massive toxic bodies of water, such as Lake Bamer in Pecos County, which now covers over 60 acres. Recent geysers have shot oily, toxic water hundreds of feet into the air. Land uninhabitability. Ranchers report that seeping salt water has killed local vegetation and eroded soil, leaving behind white salt crusts that make land unusable for cattle or crops. Health hazards. These leaks often release hydrogen sulfide, H2S, a deadly, rotten egg-smelling gas that can cause severe illness or death in nearby residents. Primary causes in 2025 wastewater injection pressure. For every barrel of oil produced in the Permian Basin, roughly 3 to 5 barrels of toxic wastewater are generated. Operators inject about 15 to 16 million barrels of this fluid back underground daily. Shallow injection risks. To reduce earthquake risks associated with deep well injection, regulators allowed companies to shift to shallower formations. This has instead pressurized shallower layers near freshwater aquifers, causing ground bulging and well blowouts. Aging infrastructure. Tens of thousands of old, unplugged, or orphan wells provide easy pathways for pressurized toxic fluids to travel from deep formations to the surface or into freshwater zones. Responses and ongoing efforts. Treatment and disposal. As of late 2025, Texas regulators and companies are testing multi-step processes to treat and purify this wastewater. However, there is significant public debate and doubt about whether this cleaned water is safe enough to release into the Pecos River or use on crops. Regulatory scrutiny. Environmental groups have petitioned the EPA to revoke the Railroad Commission of Texas, RRC, oversight of injection wells, citing a failure to comply with the Safe Drinking Water Act. Funding for plugging. In 2025, Texas has utilized millions in federal funding to plug priority orphan wells. Though the scale of the problem, thousands of leaking wells, remains a significant challenge.